We're just a couple of nerds getting sidetracked with side quests. I'm Adam.
I'm Kaya, and every day is a new side quest. Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to another episode of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, where I still don't feel good about the decision I made in the last episode. I don't know. I still feel like it wasn't Goliath's fault, but I don't know. Now I'm wondering, like, was it Arthur Swift or something? I don't know. What's my saves look like? If I save this, when's the last save from? A while ago. Okay, so there's no way I could... Oh wait, well, what's this one? No. Okay, yeah, no. There's no way I could retrieve, that, like, go back to before it, even if I wanted to. So let's just move on, I guess. I managed to access my mother's room. What memories will I uncover there? Let's unpin this. John's diary. Memories. Closed door. Sherlock's mother often mentioned her fascination with the ancient Greek ruins located on Cordona. One day we decided to surprise her, so we took a shovel to the ruins and uncovered a nearly intact Greek vase. We wanted to show her what we found immediately. For some reason, the door to Mrs. Holmes' room was closed when we returned. We knocked, but nobody answered, so we left the vase near the door and retreated downstairs. Sherry wanted to get some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the artifact. Alas, it was not to be, as the manor echoed with the sound of shattering ceramic. We scurried upstairs to discover the vase broken, shards scattered all over the floor. Otto Richter was standing there with the door open. He was very angry with us. Dr. Richter told us to never disturb Sherlock's mother when the door is closed. He claimed that she broke our vase in an outburst, but we didn't believe him. I bet he was the one who broke it. Okay. So I guess I'm just supposed to look around her room now and see what I can find. Look, a painting.
Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object.
Really? I can't tell what part of that is supposed to be damaged.
This room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason.
I'm very curious what happened with his mother. I feel like she was like poisoned or something.
This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868.
I would love if I could rotate that picture so I could actually see it. Can I, like... Here we go. There you go. Now you guys can see that. Look at that. Cool. Okay, let's see if we can actually see this one. Rotate, rotato. Here we go.
This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869.
How do those dates compare? 12th of February, 1869. And what was the date on this one?
This picture was drawn by my
8th of December,
mother.
1868.
I recognize her hand.
Okay, so that
There's
was...
a date on it, 8th of December, 1868.
A few months apart? Like, this one was a few months later? Oh, boy. I feel like this is supposed to be the house.
It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all.
Oh.
Straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
Yeah, everything about this feels pretty sus, Sherlock.
Seems this was the most frequently used medication.
1 gram dissolved in a glass of water administered daily, not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to
1
children.
dram dissolved in a glass of water
Oh, that's a
administered
dram.
daily, not to exceed 1 dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children.
Okay. My gentle Sizer, alas, I am still yet to receive any correspondence from you. One presumes my previous letters are chasing you around the continent as you travel. I hope you're in good health and already on your way home. Forgive me my impatience, but life without your kind voice and bright eyes is scarcely worth living. The boys need their father around too. I can tell that they miss you, though as you well know, Mycroft is not one to wear his heart on his sleeve. In case my prior letters have been lost, know that we have relocated to Cordona. Please come back soon. Forever yours, Violet, February 1869. So he wasn't dead when they left? Does that mean his dad might not be dead at all?
Oh, I would love to take a bath right now.
Not this one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations. For medical purposes, I suppose.
Those sounded like horrible noises, like someone being tortured.
Do you think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
Observations of Mrs. Violet Holmes, Dr. Otto Richter. Initial consultation revealed the patient suffers sleep problems, periods of anxiety, and slight confusion of memories. Prescribed a strong sedative to be administered daily and will continue to monitor symptoms. This was May 1868. 3rd of August 1868. Sedation has helped minimize anxiety attacks, but Mrs. Holmes now experiences catatonia, apathy, and prolonged depressive states. Moreover, the patient's confusion has worsened, and she has begun writing letters to her deceased husband as if he were alive. I have prescribed 6 further drugs to balance her mental state and weekly hydrotherapy. Okay, so he was dead when they left. The current drug regimen has delivered middling results, with confusion worsening into near constant delusion. Patient grows aggravated when these beliefs are contradicted, prompting aggressive behavior. I have now witnessed several episodes of violence against her own family and towards herself. Consequently, I ordered that bars be installed on the windows and that Mrs. Holmes be strapped to her bed at night. The dosage of all medications has been raised. I prescribed the patient additional hydrotherapy sessions as well as some mild hallucinogens. See, none of this sounds like a good way to treat someone. If you suffer from sleeping problems, anxiety, and slight confusion of memories,
No labels. I doubt it ever had one.
what is it though?
There appear to be residues of the bottle's contents at the bottom.
An almost empty bottle? Question mark? What am I looking at now? Newspaper? Mr. Sidger Moreland Holmes, the renowned archaeologist, authenticator, and historian, is dead. A mere 41 years of age, he was seized by a cardiac event during the opera at the Covent Garden Theatre on Saturday. Despite a physician's best efforts, he remained insensible and died at 20 minutes past 6 o'clock last evening. His sudden end came as a severe shock to his large circle of acquaintances. Mr. Holmes is survived by his wife Violet and 2 sons, Mycroft, 16, and Sherlock, 6. 10 years difference, hey? Funeral services will be held Wednesday at the Highgate Cemetery of St. James by Rev. W.E. Stanley.
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything except the deep feeling of loss.
You were too young. It happened before we even met. It's so sad. I'm sorry.
So, is John a manifestation of, like, my trauma? Is that what this is implying? Examination notes of Dr. Otto Richter. Over the last few months, I have asked Mrs. Holmes to sketch some landscapes. The first few were clear and accurate, but subsequent drawings quickly drifted away from reality. It appears her disease progresses rapidly and perhaps even affects her vision. I may need to consider trepanation. I feel like all the drugs were what was, like, messing her up, you know?
Look what I found. The White King is under attack. Sherry, can you save him and checkmate the opponent in one move?
Ah, you...
You're not obliged to be here, Sherry. We can leave any time you want.
Do I have to, like, select that if I want to do that? Okay, so that's the obituary. Dares me to play chess with him. The White King is under attack. I need to save him and checkmate the opponent in one turn. John's figures are black. Defend the king with the bishop. Save the king by retreating. In one move. Okay, so either I can move the king to the left or I can move the bishop up one. If I move the bishop up one, what direction are we moving? Oh wait, no, not up one, up two. Okay, so I think this is my side. This is white, that side would be black. So if I move the bishop there, his bishop takes my bishop. I'm assuming that must be his king. The pawn can't do anything, because the pawn... Oh wait, that's my pawn. Yeah, no, my pawn can't do anything. But his bishop takes my bishop. My castle could take his king. If the king retreats... I mean, does that help me, though? Because if I move the king, the bishop wouldn't be on... If I move my bishop, his bishop takes my bishop, and then my king is still in danger. Okay, I have to save the king by retreating.
Sure, you saved the king, but that's no checkmate, Sherry.
It's not?
You're losing your touch.
Dang it! No! No, I refuse. Wherever this save was that I saved, I'm going back to that. I refuse to accept that loss. Wait, did it take me back to an autosave? No, 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 no. That's not okay. Load. Oh wait, so I could go back and redo that if I wanted to, maybe, possibly. Okay. Let's try this. This one. We'll figure out that whole decision thing some other time, maybe. Okay, let's see. What do I have here? Okay, so I've got that obituary. I've got the dare, but I haven't started it. Okay. Let's do this. Let's actually do the thing. Okay, right. Her bedroom was this one. Okay, let's do this. So clearly it was the other move. I swear I thought about that, and I swear I had picked the right one. Because if I... Oh wait, okay, so if I put the bishop there, his bishop takes my bishop, but my king takes his bishop. And then if he was to move diagonal, my king would take him. If he moves to the left, my castle takes him. If he moves up, my pawn takes him. No, that doesn't make sense. My pawn wouldn't be able to take him if he moved up. Why is he in checkmate if I go that way? I don't understand.
Oh, nice move. You saved the king and checkmated the black king with the rook.
Sure. I don't feel like that was checkmate, though. So let's see. So he takes my rook with his rook. Then I take his rook with my king. Then he would have to move his king up one. because otherwise the tower, whatever, I don't remember what it's called, the castle. Otherwise the castle would take him. So he moves that up one. And then I move my king there. He takes my king. And he wins. Somebody please tell me, like in the comments or whatever, how me moving the bishop there put him in checkmate. It may have put him in check, but I don't think it puts him in checkmate. Unless I'm misunderstanding the orientation of this board somehow. I'm very confused. Okay, well let's unpin this and let's see what else we're looking at here. An old dusty bottle with small traces of a white powder, potassium bromide. The sedative was prescribed to my mother by Dr. Otto Richter. The label on the back of the bottle says 1 gram of blah blah blah. There's the letter to Siger, which apparently he was already dead, so it was a weird letter to write. That's the thing about the prescription. Okay, let's see what's in this bottle, this white stuff. Okay, so I need 3 of this, and I need -4. Okay, so if I do this... Oh, I only have 1 of those. How else do I get another minus of it, though? If I take this off, do I have another one? How do I... Reset. Yes. No, I only have 1 of that. How do I get another minus of it? What's this? Convert a positive to a minus, hey? So if I do this and this... Oh, but wait, hold on. Except that if I do this and this, right? So that makes it a -4. And then I add this, and then I do this. I was gonna make that so much more complicated than it needed to be. Boom. Done. Analysis identified the substance as a hallucinogen derived from mushrooms. So I'm assuming that's the hallucinogen that she prescribed, or he prescribed her. Okay, that's one of his notes. What is this? After examining my mother's room, I started remembering a chaotic morning together. Okay, so I need to do this, hey? The broken plate.
The broken plate shards were all over the floor. Mycroft had to change his suit as the one he was wearing was completely stained. Mother was troubled that morning. Something we did upset her. Dr. Richter tried to calm her down.
I can't walk this way? Okay, there we go.
We had to put the tray with Mother's morning tea down, but why? It's starting to ring a bell. I think it happened in the morning.
Okay. But what did? You aren't even really telling me what it is that happened. How am I supposed to know what I'm recreating? I don't know what happened. Such weird noises. Okay, that's not what I was trying to change. I wanted to change this. I mean, he said something we did upset her. Wait, what's over here? There's another thing over here, right? feel like that one. Let's try this.
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
What? Oh.
Everything will be okay, Sherry. I promise.
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died.
Oh. 9th of April started off badly. My mother was anxious, then hysterical. She threw food and shouted at the doctor, calling him a liar. John and I brought her morning tea, but when the shouts started, I became scared. The only thing I could think to do was hide near the bed and wait for everything to pass. Thankfully, John was there to protect me and calm me down.
My mother, she was not just ill, but bad. God have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why you locked the memory away.
There must be more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened. John.
What's happening?
Every time you... I just don't... Please, Sherry, leave it be.
Just breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
I feel like he is the... he's the walls that I put up.
Well, history tells us these memories are triggered by our investigation of other matters. I suspect it could not be forced even if I so desired.
Thank you. How are you feeling about all this? Tell me, I'm not the only one reeling.
It feels wrong, sad. Like they're the memories of another man. I'm struggling to reconcile my love for my mother with the reality of who she was. And worse, what possessed Mycroft to lie about it? There are precious few pieces of this puzzle remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Indeed. Wait, did you hear that?
Yes. Metallic salts. What is this sailor doing here?
What? There's somebody in our house? Legitimately, that just kind of creeped me out. I'm not gonna lie. Spent my childhood in Stonewood Manor, and I'm starting to remember flashes of my time here. The house is now abandoned, but restoring the rooms to how they were may bring the memories back to life. My mind palace seems to have seeped into the real world, as preventing access to some rooms. I think I'll be able to blah 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 blah. John felt sick after we recalled the morning of my mother's death. His reaction disturbed me. Someone's knocking at the manor's door, but I was not expecting any visitors. All right. We will inspect the whatever is going on with that sailor at the door in the next episode. And maybe we're getting closer to finding out what exactly John is to us, because he's not just an imaginary friend, as we're finding out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.